everybody. I was going to do a tutorial video yesterday. I started to work on a box for this card that I made for Ivy's mom, and my camera started acting up, and then I realized it was just a dead battery. So I'm hoping this will keep recording. This part one is just going to be how to come up with the pieces for the box. Okay, I'm going to do it just in very minute steps on how I make a box using recycled material. Okay, so this cardboard is cardboard that is inside the boxes of paper that come in, you know, the value pack papers that when we cut the boxes, there's a piece of this in there to, you know, keep us from cutting the packaging open on the packs. So what I did is I just brought a stack home, and this is what I've used. And I'm just going to give you some hints on when you're using recycled cardboard. When you go to cut your pieces, you have to think about the strength of this, okay? Let me see if I can get a smaller piece. You can see, I don't know if you can see or not, this one got cut a little bit. The corrugation runs this way, okay? Now when you're doing your top and your bottom, it doesn't really matter because it's going to be on a flat plane. But you do not want to have your sides made with the corrugation running this way. You want to make sure when you cut your pieces for your side, the corrugation is up and down. This will create a very strong box, okay? See, because if you have your box like this and you've made the sides, it can bend really easy. This way, it doesn't bend. Does that make sense? So look at your corrugation and figure out which way you can see the little holes along your cut edge. If all you see is a straight opening, you know you're going the wrong way. As long as it looks like there's a row of little holes right here for the corrugation, that's the way you want it to run on the sides when you cut your pieces, okay? So now, here's the card that I made for Ivy's mom. And Ivy, I am sorry I'm getting this off late, but I wanted to make this box for her as well. So this is actually, I'll show you on my scoreboard. When I lay it in here, it's actually a 5.5 by 5.5 inch card. This is one of the corrugated cards from Michael's, okay? So we need to make our box slightly bigger so that she can get her fingernail under there to lift this out, okay? You don't want to make it so it just slides straight down in so it's wedged in. You want to give yourself a little room. So what I did is I kind of moved it over, all right? And I said, well, about that much space. So I figured the bottom should be 6 1/8 inch square. Okay, here's your 6 1/8 inch square. And let me show you, I'll leave it right there. And then when we set the card on top of it, this is the bottom of the box. It's going to be like that. And you see how you have some room all the way around? That'll give you room for your sides and any decorating that you do on the box, all right? Now, you want to cut your side pieces. So 2 pieces will be at 6 1/8 by 2, okay? So you'd have one of them here and one on the opposing side, all right? And because these pieces are going to rest on top of your base like this, okay? They're going to rest on top of the base. You do not, you're not going to have 6 1/8. And basically, these pieces of cardboard are about 1/8 of an inch. So what you have to do is you have to subtract from 6 1/8, you have to subtract 1/8 for this side and 1/8 for this side to find out what your dimension is going to be to run here and here. Okay? So 6 1/8 minus 2/8 is 5 7/8. So your pieces for your side pieces will be 5 7/8 by 2. This box is going to be 2 inches deep. Okay, so that's your bottom of your box. And I'm going to show you how to put it together. I'm just giving you the measurements for right now. All part 1 is going to be is how you get your measurements. Whatever you decide, however big a box you want. These are just the measurements to end up with a 6 and an 1/8 inch box. If you want to make a different size and you have your square, always remember 2 sides are going to be the exact measurement of the bottom of your piece, but your opposing 2 sides are going to be the width minus the width of these pieces. So you have 2 of these, so whatever their width is, like 1/8, you have to do 1/8 and 1/8. So 2/8 has to be taken away from the 6 and an 1/8 to find out what you're going to get here. Same goes for any other size box. So like if this was 5 by 5, this one would be 5 by 2, and then you take an 1/8 and an 1/8 away, so that would be 4 3/4. Okay, because 2/8 is 1/4 of an inch. All right, that is the bottom of the box. Now, I'm just going to leave the bottom portion there, and we'll just move these out over here. Just move them out of our way real quick, because we don't need those for what I'm going to explain now. All of your side pieces on your bottom are going to be attached to the top of this here, okay? So when you go to make the cover, the top to the box, you want it to be, this is 6 and an 1/8, you want the top to be 2/8 larger than this, so that when you put this on, it'll slide over. See? You're going to have your pieces. We're going to measure pieces to go on the side, just like we did for the bottom. And it'll be almost a perfect slide down fit when we get it all put together. So you're going to do the same with your top as you did with your bottom. Okay? Your 6 3/8 by 6 3/8 inch square for the top of the box. Okay? So 2 sides are going to be cut, and these are only going to be 1 inch because I only want it to go halfway down the side of the box. If you wanted it to completely go down over, you would have to do by 2 inches, so that the top of the box would come down over. See, this is only going to come that far on here. If you wanted it to come all the way down, you'd have to do 2 inches. Okay? But I only want it to go halfway down. So the top measurement here, the square, is 6 3/8. 2 sides are going to be the 6 3/8 by 1. And it'll fit right on the edge there and there. Now, the opposing 2 sides are going to be 2/8 or 1/4 inch smaller, because we're taking away the width of here to figure out the space between those two from edge to edge. So these will be 6 1/8 by 1. All right, 6 1/8 by 1. All right. So the top of the box is a 6 3/8 by 6 3/8 inch square. Then for your 2 of the sides, you're going to cut 2 pieces at 6 3/8 by 1 inch. And you're going to cut 2 pieces at 6 1/8 by 1. Okay? So write those down. 6 3/8 inch square, a 6 3/8 by 1 inch rectangle 2 times, and a 6 1/8 inch by 1 inch times 2 rectangles. All right, the bottom of your box, your square is going to be 6 1/8 by 6 1/8, and then you're going to have 2 pieces that are 6 1/8 by 2 inches and 2 pieces that are 5 7/8 by 2 inches. Okay, this is where we're going to end part 1, and while this is uploading, I'm going to be cutting some 1-inch strips of cardstock. Pick a color of cardstock that will coordinate with whatever paper you're going to cover your box with. I'm going to use cream cardstock. You can cut it from an 8.5-inch strip. You can cut it either way. You'd probably do better to cut it this way. Just cut a whole bunch of 1-inch strips, and I'll meet you back here after everybody gets these together and get you a stack of maybe, let's just say you're going to need a lot of strips. You can cut them either way you want. You can cut them the width of the paper or the length of the paper, 1-inch strips. But cut about a dozen of them, okay? And I'll meet you back here and we'll do the next step. All right? Thanks for watching. Bye.